Hey YouTube, it's Calvin Tahan. I would like to start out by dedicating this blog to Michael Bonacini. And for those of you who don't know who he is, he's known by his screen name DeathAspectBlog. He's a blogger, he's an online blogger, Yu-Gi-Oh player. A lot of people credit him for, actually, I'm not even going to kid myself, nobody credits this guy for creating Fish FTK, Fish OTK. He's the guy that made it all. I guess I owe him a little credit, or at least that's what he thinks, you know, for my YCS top that I've been, you know, high-horsing off of this whole time. There was a bit of a flame war between the two of us the other night, Monday night I think this happened, and so I'm here to share this with you guys because it's important to know that not everybody on the internet is as awesome as you think they are. I'd honestly never even heard of him before, but a friend of mine referred me to him and said, dude, look at this guy's Fish FTK build, it's completely awesome. And for the record, Fish FTK is completely different than Fish OTK, which is the deck that I ran at Charlotte, but he claims to have created them both, which is great, I guess. But I'm looking at the build, and I'm thoroughly impressed with it. It's awesome. I can't find anything bad to say about it, except for the fact that it has a very minimal amount of defense, and so I figure that it's going to pretty much auto-lose if it doesn't go first. So I comment that. I'm like, hey dude, I'm a huge fan of your videos. I just want to let you know that I subscribe to you, I look up to you, and although I've never heard of you before, and sure I didn't give you the proper credit you deserve for creating the deck that I ran at Charlotte, because I didn't know, I didn't net deck anybody when I ran the deck, but I basically told him that. I was like, your deck's awesome, thank you for being such an inspirational player, and the only question I have for you is, what do you do when this deck doesn't go first? Sincerely, Calvin Tahan. And he responds with basically a post that's like, you know, screw you, Calvin Tahan. You think you're so good with your YCS top, and, you know, if you're such a good Fish player, why don't you tell me what to do? And I'm just like, hang on, I did nothing to upset you, to aggravate you, or anything. And this is a direct quote from him. He said, you know, this exact same thing. If it wasn't for me creating the Fish for the TCG, you wouldn't have topped. Show me more respect. You know, that's a quote by Michael Bonacini to me. And I'm like, dude, where are you getting this from? Like, how am I not respecting you? I asked you a simple question, and you burst off at me. You're like, you should know the answers to these questions, you know? If you're so good with the deck, and if you can top YCSs with it, then why don't you answer the freaking question? And I'm like, dude, calm down, okay? My impersonation of the guy's pretty bad, but he got pretty upset for no apparent reason. And so that's kind of what this is about. He actually made a blog on his blog site, which is probably more popular than his YouTube channel. And he dedicated it to me, you know, after our argument, which ended in him completely blocking off all comments on his YouTube channel. He blocked them all. He deleted all comments that I made on his walls, even the entirely positive ones, which for the record, the negative ones weren't even that bad. I was in no way aggressive or offensive to him, at least in my eyes. I meant no harm. And while sure, I don't respect him as much as I probably should, you know, based off of the fact that he completely went out at me and pretty much told me to screw off from the start. I don't respect him as much as I did before, and so I think that level of respect that I owe him, in his words, for using his deck is not there. I don't respect him, but, you know, I don't hate the guy either. He didn't want to hear any of it. He didn't want to be civil about the whole confrontation, you know. I say A, I go, nice deck, comma, what do you do when you don't go first? How do you propose to fix the deck up to go second, and still win? And he responds with, screw you, Calvin Tahan, get off your high horse, you're cock-riding your YCS top in Charlotte, you know, you're not as good as you say you are, you're just a bad Fish player who, you know, he's saying all this stuff about me, getting it out of nowhere. If you're so good, why don't you tell me how to solve the problems you're asking me? You know, he's saying that. But he did make a blog on his site. He has a huge blog here. It's titled Elitism and Duelist Grounds, and he talks about Duelist Grounds and how it made him better, and, you know, he goes on. He's a great blogger. I mean, it's really interesting to read. And so I realized while this video is pretty much, you know, giving the complete hate and, like, it's pretty much a dirt sheet on him, it is giving him more views. I recognize that I'm publicizing him more by that, and I don't care, because the guy deserves to be publicized, you know. He's butthurt, clearly, that the deck he created isn't getting credit to him. People like me and Nikki from the YCS Charlotte are getting credited for making Fish OTK, and he doesn't like that one bit. And I guess he's right to be upset about it. I mean, sure, he's never done anything with the deck. Like, he's a complete nobody in terms of Fish OTK usage. He has topped other events. I'm pretty sure he made a good showing at, I think, Indianapolis it was. Like, people have heard of him. Michael Bonacini is his name, DeathAspectBlog. I mean, his Yu-Gi-Oh career, in terms of a career or lack thereof, is obviously more advanced than mine. So I guess people look at him as superior to me. But so I'm not really saying he needs publication from my part, but I am aware that I'm giving it to him. And so here's an expert from his site, from his blog. He actually dedicated it to me. He said, "This post is dedicated to Calvin Tahan, who thought he could get in a dick measuring contest with me over my YouTube channel. Instead of challenging himself to become a better player, he reverted to immature internet memes, which I don't take kindly towards." You know, that's pretty much a quote from him, Michael Bonacini, and I'm like, well, thanks for the dedication. So me to you, Calvin Tahan to you, thank you for the dedication. As you already know, this blog right here, this internet blog, this video, is dedicated to you, Michael, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for opening my eyes, and thank you for helping me channel myself to become a better player, because if it wasn't for your criticism, and if it wasn't for you telling me that I'm a bad fish player, and that I'm nobody, and that I should get off my high horse, you know, I would still be on that horse, and I would still be winning every day. But now I'm like you. I'm an elitist. If that's what you want me to be, I will be that person. I will respond to any comment on my video that's even remotely critical with, "Screw you, so-and-so, you don't know what you're talking about, I'm the best player here," and, you know, other stuff that you do. If you want me to follow in your footsteps, I'd be glad to do that. Who am I kidding? I'm not going to copy this guy. This guy's a complete whack. Like, he freaking gets angry over nothing. I was in this position looking up to him, and he gives me this strong hate. That's not a good thing to do. You know, as my fans, I'm glad that I have you guys, and I made a video the other day talking about that. I'm sorry that I haven't been releasing as much content as I promised to, but as you know, there are more videos to come this week. Pack openings, awesome duels, maybe a deck profile here and there. I have all that coming, and so, please, 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 I'm asking you, please help me not to become a guy like Michael Bonacini. Please help me not become a pro Yu-Gi-Oh player who is one of those self-righteous and insecure pros who thinks that they know everything and don't give others credit where they deserve it, and they basically demand respect. Please, 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 don't let me become that person. Instead, let me become what I am right now. Just make sure I stay the same, consistently on the same level as you guys. I am not better than you guys. I've talked one YCS. In my eyes, it means nothing. Can we get a second one coming at maybe Orlando? I don't know if I'll go to that. I am short of money. At YCS, I think Providence. Maybe we can add a third one or a second one if I don't go to Orlando, or maybe I'll scrub out. I don't know. But it's fun to talk about, and I'm glad that you people watch. And so that's all from the bottom of my heart. Thank you again. I would like to shout out to Team Empire for covering the same topic as me beforehand. Team Empire, you know, I have my friend on there, Thomas Vo. He's a great guy, great player, great plant player. You see me play him in the Scraps versus Plants video, Icarus Scraps. I cream him. But he's cool, and so he pretty much made another video, so please check out, again, Team Empire's channel. Subscribe to me if you haven't already. I promise there's more to come. All sorts of things. And more importantly, make sure that you read Michael Bonacini's blog, because he is a stand-up... I'm sorry, I almost called him a stand-up guy. The guy is not a stand-up guy. He's a complete jerk. And if you talk to him, he will most likely insult you. If you try to give him constructive criticism, he will shoot you down in an instant. A thing that I should point out with him, all the comments you see on his videos, on his blogs, they're approved by him. He only keeps the comments that are, you know, make him look good. He doesn't take criticism whatsoever, and so that's a negative thing. I am not like that. I take all forms of comments. If you want to flame me, if you want to hate me, bring it on. I'm here for you. I love, you know, I love the attention. And more importantly, I love the support. So thank you for that. This has dragged on way too long, way longer than it should have. That's about all I have to say for today. This is a random Wednesday update. Wednesday night. I guess it's Thursday morning at this point. 1:46 a.m. on Springfield, Virginia. Update on my snowman eaters. I'm still at 97. I haven't gotten 2 more. All I need are 2 more snowman eaters for 100. It'll be fantastic. Awesome. Oh, I got a cool double deck box. I'm sure this is way old news. My friend gave it to me as a present. It's awesome. It has like a magnetic closing device. It just closes magnetically. It can hold 2 decks. Which is very awesome. You know, there's room for 1, there's room for 2. I have 1 in here right now, just a random card. Oh, it's not in here. You know, I'm covering old things. This thing came out in like October. Everyone has one by now. It's only like $7. Konami product, but it's awesome. If you don't have one, get it. I'm very happy with mine. You know, that's enough. So again, DeathAspectBlog is a complete douchebag. But he is a genius. And so I think he deserves a little bit of respect in that realm. Thank you for the shout-out to DeathAspectBlog. If you're watching, which I know you're probably not, thank you for dedicating your blog to me. In return, this one is dedicated to you. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later.